Did you guys know if you have one poultry mite, one roost mite, that one mite can lead to 500,000 mites in only 9 weeks? And if you don't get ahead of the mites, they can actually make your chickens not only really sick, they can actually kill your chickens. So that's why we're gonna get after them the most fun way ever. Oh yeah. Hey guys, today we have a problem. This is the first time we've ever had a problem in Carolina Coop's history. Just kidding. This is actually the first time we ever had a problem with our chicken coop, and it's mites. I'll be honest with you, I am so freaking excited about this because I miss being a bug guy. So in this video, I am literally making it up as we go. I'm gonna show you, this is gonna be one of those, what would Matt do, that has 15 years of pest control experience and 17 years of chicken and chicken coop building experience. So we're just gonna get right into it. Now, in this video, when I say we're making it up, I'm literally going to talk to you guys and go through the thought process because I don't know exactly how my approach is going to be, and I have a really cool idea to help minimize, reduce, and maybe eliminate the roost mites, and that's what we got going on here is roost mites without the use of pesticides. So I am just a huge fan of any time we have a pest problem, it's called IPM, Integrated Pest Management. That means we're going to go at it with a systematic approach, if you will, that we're going to maybe not just drop the bomb on them, we're not just going to fumigate and fog and all these fancy terms people out there like to use and not really understand what you're talking about. I am going to do everything I can in this video to help explain some terms, some things to think about, and what should you do in your situation. And it may not be exactly like us. Now, got a lot to get through, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, we have our Carolina Coop out here in the front of the shop. I was doing my little coop check walk around where I'm always like, look, we can check our coop in 30 seconds. And I came over here and we had some eggs in here, and I'm looking at those eggs and I'm like, oh crap, what the hell happened here? Why are they all dirty? Oh, that's probably because our Somani's been broody for almost 20 days sitting on them. And then I actually went to touch them, pick up one of the eggs, and I was like, holy crap, those are mites. I did start getting into the cracks and crevices because my instincts are hit them now while everything got exposed to the roost mites. Now, I'm gonna also show you guys, we did it yesterday, we positively identified. So anytime you have a pest problem, step one, identification. First thing you ever do with a pest problem is you identify. So yesterday, that's what we did. We broke out a nice little fancy camera. I showed you guys how to identify, and we identified them. And I am 99.100% sure they are roost mites. Now, roost mites are like bed bugs. They're not gonna stay on the host, but they still feed on a host. And they're only gonna come out at night when the chickens are on the roost bars, or in this case, when they're broody and sitting on those eggs at night, which is why I know this has happened in our case. They're gonna feed on that chicken. And then during the daytime, when the chickens are like, all right, it's time to get up, time to go to work, they're gonna scatter and go into the cracks and crevices. A very important word we're gonna say a lot about any pest, especially in a chicken coop, is cracks and crevices. And this is why I actually love that we eliminate cracks and crevices in a lot of our construction. Now, yesterday I came out here and I took a piece of tape. I showed you guys, just take a piece of tape and catch those little buggers. Now, they are not so small you can't see them, but you will have nymph stages. You'll have ones that are almost clear white because they haven't fed yet. And I couldn't find any because it got cooler. So temperature is so important. We're down in the southeast, so mites are going to be a lot more prevalent, especially during warmer climates, in warmer climates during warmer months. And as soon as we got into the mid to high 80s, boom, the mites were active. Now, we'll get some close-ups, but I know they're around. When I opened up the door this morning checking them, so here are some right here. Okay, so we got little mites, and what was happening is they were hiding in a crevice because the door was opened. Now, when I opened it up, they were all right here. That's a crevice, all right? So when I opened it up, I could see a bunch right here, and they just started scattering. Now, think about it. You're a little tiny mite, and we got this beautiful, now this is orchard grass. This is a wonderful nest material. They can hide just about anywhere. Now, this is a time where I will give the people a chance to say, yeah, you know what? I can understand that straw, because so much straw is hollow, that it's a place for the mites to hide. I'm not saying that isn't true. It is absolutely true, but I still prefer hay because it's a lot more bendier and it is flat and it's not hollow to make a perfect nesting material. But what happened was this just got infested with mites. So honestly, as we talk about IPM, one of the first things we should do is actually go in and remove, this is like mechanical pest control. And I'm gonna really start paying attention to the activity level and seeing if what happens today was what happened yesterday. I started pulling it out. I'm like, oh, there's no mites. And then the next thing you know, I'm feeling things crawl all over me. So let's get in here. We're gonna remove this. And I'll be honest with you, what I'm hoping to not have to do is clean the entire hen house. I will admit the right thing to do in a normal situation is to remove all bedding, all nesting material, break your coop down to really bare bones. And that's because, again, we're gonna eliminate, let's say we got 50,000 mites on this nesting material and I just take this right to the trash, we can get rid of them. I'm actually not seeing any yet. I'm surprised. So I'm gonna throw this nesting material off to the side. And I do wanna brag about something that's really cool about our egg hutches is we can actually now remove the floor, the dividers, and the backer board of the egg hutch, and that's gonna open up those crevices where the mites might be hiding, and I can hit them real quick with some type of treatment, whether it's gonna be a dust maybe, or I could actually go in and dust now because I got existing cracks and crevices. But honestly, that's very boring, and I wanna try not to use a chemical pesticide. I'm actually thinking about doing something I've never done, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and all I can tell you is it can go terribly, terribly wrong. Here we go. We are gonna take this torch, that's gonna put out a hot, hot flame. We're gonna use propane, and I'm gonna go in, and I'm just gonna quickly kill everything that's alive in there. Bacteria, mites, but I can't just keep it in one spot, or what's gonna happen? It's gonna catch on fire. So we are gonna hook this up here in a little bit, but I can tell you right now what a pain in the butt it would be if I had to go in and clean out all the little pieces of nesting material, like all these little things that will happen in the egg hutch. I can just throw it away, okay? And if I was gonna use the torch method, that stuff is gonna catch on fire very, very quickly. So with our egg hutches, look at this. Now we've already removed one because we had a broody hen. That is awesome that we're able to remove a divider, make a nice nursery. So we're gonna remove our backer, actually no, we're gonna remove all of our dividers, okay? So I just quickly removed everything, and I have got to believe, now I did put some DE in here. So DE is actually very, very safe to use, but the one thing you never wanna do with any dust, especially one meant to be a desiccant, is breathe it in. Now, I'm in a highly ventilated area. I'm watching the wind already. I see the, okay, yeah, wind, so it was going that way. So I'm gonna stand over here, pop the floor out. Look at this, look at that. Look how quickly and easily I just removed the floor of our egg hutch. And this is gonna allow me, if I wanted to wash it, disinfect it, or in this case, I'm gonna torch it. So it won't take a lot to kill whatever's on here. We're just gonna torch it. Now, in theory, that's really all it takes is we gotta just hit 120 degrees, which we're way hotter than that, and it should kill them. But I see nothing alive. There's a mite right there. It is good as dead. All right, now listen guys. So I have the bellows duster that came with the bag of, I don't remember which DE brand it is. They're not paying us to say it. This says Harris on the bottom, so maybe that means something. So what I'm gonna do, because we can't find our main bag of DE, I'm gonna open this up. And again, just be smart. Don't breathe it in. Be in a well-ventilated area. Again, this is food safe DE, so it doesn't have anything in it like pyrethrin or silica aerogel. Now, I don't think I've ever used this bellows duster. No, this is brand new. I love this. This is what I lived with. I slept with it. I waxed it, I polished it every night. As an exterminator, this is your go-to tool all day long. Boom. This is all you do all day long as an exterminator. All right, so here's the thing about bellows dusters. It's meant for a dust. I can't say enough about using an insecticidal dust, in this case DE, and I'm just gonna take a little, a little spoon, I'm gonna dump it in there, just like this. Now, we only wanna fill it up about halfway. We don't wanna fill it up all the way because you need air to push it. Another thing too about a bellows duster, so I have it about halfway full, a couple little tiny rocks, a couple little marbles, kind of like a rattle can. Now, should I be wearing gloves? I do believe the label says to wear gloves. This doesn't bother me. If I was to breathe it in, that would bother me. Now, when you use it, you actually go upside down. All right, now that's actually way too much dust. That's not what we want. We want it so light that you can barely see it. And it doesn't take a lot, I promise you that. Now, how well DE is gonna work, definitely recommend wearing a dust mask when you're doing this, because even a lot of dust could be in the air that you're not realizing that you could be breathing in. But just going around, hitting all the cracks and crevices, especially underneath the hen house where the floor is, underneath the egg hutch. Now, what I do want to do is I'm gonna do a little bit of a broadcast treatment. I'm gonna put it down in the bottom of the egg hutches. Just putting some down in there, nice and light. Just want it to settle. All right, so what we have, some brand new orchard grass, right, Mackenzie?
Yes.
And again, we love grass. It's flat. It makes a great nesting material. Guys, there's not a real big science to this. I'm just gonna take a chunk It's gonna be dusty, that's just grass. And I'm just gonna kind of fluff it up, pull it out, stuff it in, and then maybe just, I don't know, the chickens will do everything else. You really don't have to do that much.
So that's it, guys. I cannot emphasize enough. As soon as you start to see some mites, make sure no matter what, you get after it. Always remember, positively identify them first and then come up with a plan on what's going to work best for you on how to eradicate the mites so that your chickens can continue to live a long and healthy life.